Well, we have such a dynamic weather system that's on the way, a storm system that'll start as accumulating snow and then finish with, of all things, perhaps some flooding rain. And then in between all that, sleet and ice. There's so much to cover. Let's first head outside where it's just cold and dry, and we're going to stay that way tonight through tomorrow morning and even up into the early afternoon. Precipitation, which starts as snow, doesn't really get in here until very late in the afternoon and towards the early evening. I want to show you this timeline one more time. Increasing clouds on Saturday, snow developing between 4 and 6, coming down more concentrated Saturday evening, Saturday night. The steadiest from about 9 in the evening till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Thereafter, very late tomorrow night, transition over to sleet and some freezing rain. Now we wake up to icy rain and sleet early on Sunday morning, only to transition to not only heavy rain by Sunday evening, but potential for some street flooding as well in some of the heavier rain. So statewide, we're thinking generally 2 to 4 inches of snow before that switch to sleet, freezing rain, and rain. And I'll show you this accumulation forecast in more detail in just a second. Once we get the accumulating snow, we go over to these pellets of ice. That's sleet, which does not cling to tree limbs and power lines. However, freezing rain does. We're going to watch for a period of freezing rain during the pre-dawn hours of Sunday that will accumulate on tree limbs and power lines. Just how thick this ice becomes remains to be seen. We're not anticipating it to be overly heavy, the ice accumulation on these limbs, but it is something that we'll watch again during the very early morning hours of Sunday. So risk as far as the impacts with the storm system, moderate for snow, sleet, freezing rain. The wind isn't overly strong until we get towards daybreak on Monday, and the wind on Monday is actually very, very strong. The potential for a moderate risk of street flooding by Sunday evening and Sunday night. So clouding up on the satellite photo, high pressure in control, keeping us dry for now. Precipitation to our west. When we put this into motion, take you into tomorrow morning. Simple, cold and dry, no precipitation, starting off in the low 20s at 8 a.m. Early afternoon, the snow is still back here. We are still dry if you're running errands 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Shield of snow arriving around 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Accumulating snow on Saturday night with ice and rain just to our south. That'll take over very late tomorrow night and into early on Sunday morning, then transitioning to ice and rain early Sunday morning, then heavy rain by Sunday afternoon and into Sunday evening. And because some of the storm drains may be clogged up, the ground is frozen. Rain has nowhere to go but up, so there may be some street flooding by Sunday evening, Sunday night. All right, here's the breakdown as far as accumulations. Generally statewide, it's about 2 to 4 inches of snow, up to 2 inches along the immediate south shore. We would get double this if we were not forecasting a change to sleet, freezing rain, and rain, but the accumulations will be held at 2 to 4, and that's certainly enough to obviously shovel and plow. That freezing rain risk is there early Sunday morning, especially across inland areas. So for tomorrow morning, cold and dry, temperatures starting off in the lower 20s, and then during the afternoon, cloudy skies, that snow arriving by very late afternoon and early evening. And then it's the scenes that look like this by Saturday evening and Saturday night with the plows out and the sanders and accumulating snow and temperatures. It'll be in the middle to upper 20s. 7-day forecast, icy rain changing to heavy rain on Sunday afternoon, looking at temperatures in the middle 30s. Very strong wind. Would not be surprised to see gusts to 50 miles per hour and colder weather on Monday. Wow, that's a lot of stuff next 36 hours.
All right, Anthony, thanks. Yep.